Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Elliot, and I've been meaning to do this video for a little while now. It's August 16th, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that has made my dance, Loving Me Is Red, like such a big thing. Uh, I am seriously in debt to all of you guys out there that have been dancing my dance and that love it and that come up to me and tell me that you love it, and like literally everybody from new dancers to advanced dancers have come up to me to say that they really enjoy doing my dance and that they request it all the time. Uh, I just wanted to go through like a timeline because it's been February, was it March, April, May, June, July, August. It's been like 6 months since my dance has come out, or since the very idea of my dance came out. Um, all of the videos that you're going to see throughout this video, you can actually check on my playlist. I have a Loving Me Is Red playlist on my channel, so you can check that out to watch the full versions of all these video clips that I'm going to show you right now. But I would just like to talk about how everything came about. For the dance itself, in terms of every single one of my moves, you can check out my intro video where I talk about why I put in everything that I put in into the dance. And just I kind of want to start with that, and I just wanted to say that I I line dance all the time. Obviously, like that is my thing. I am a line dancer before I am anything else in the country world. I have the ability to two-step, I can couples dance, I can strike up a mean conversation with some people, but I am first and foremost a line dancer, and that's who I am, and that's what I am, and that's what I do, and whatnot. And uh, I, everything in my dance comes from me line dancing all the time. It's everything in my dance. I didn't create anything. Technically, my entire dance you've done before, you just don't know it. It's every single move, as you can see in my intro video, every single move I've taken from another dance. I haven't actually created anything. It was just a lot of different elements of things that I really like. And so, if anything, I'm just a good piecer together, or something. I just pieced together a lot of things that I really enjoy doing as a line dancer. And maybe that's why it came across so well towards people. Just because, like, it's just all of my favorite moves. But anyway, February 27th is when I created the dance. I created it outside of my work, and it was just on a whim. I've been wanting to create a line dance for a while, like a lot of my friends have, just because we're line dancers and we're just like, hey, we want to create a line dance. But there's a lot of different things that a lot of people don't know about coming up with your own line dance. You can't just come up with it and all of a sudden it's a thing. Like, there are different channels that you have to go through to make it a dance and to make an official dance and to get people to do it and to promote it, and there's just a lot of different things, and you have to be connected to the right people. And basically what happened was the entire idea of me thinking that my dance could potentially be a thing, or me creating a dance and I could make it a thing, it all came from my friend Jeremy and Kristen, who came up with the My Kind of Night dance. These are just two random girls that are line dancers. They're not big name choreographers. They're not like a Donna Manning, a Kathy Verkamp, a Carrie Kick. They're just, two people that just love to line dance and that love to go to country bars, and they love the song My Kind of Night, and so they ended up just coming up with a dance. And Carrie, who used to teach at the Derby, where they used to go all the time, liked it enough to where she was like, okay, let's do this. And and so then all of a sudden, it became a dance, and it was just at this like small place called the Derby, and Carrie brought it to the ranch, and then now it's just being done literally everywhere. everywhere I go, I'm doing My Kind of Night, and that's just the My Kind of Night dance that we do. And that's the only one that we know, and we love it, and it's amazing. Because these two girls came up with a dance, and they didn't need degrees, and they didn't need to be going to school, and they didn't need to be popular already, it gave me the idea that theoretically maybe I could. Like, maybe it could happen. I was connected with the Yost Theater, which is a dance club that Gregory Place opened, and I had been in contact with Jeremy and Kristen, and I talked to them all the time, and they just became my best friends, as well as everybody else at the Derby, and just all of those people. And so one afternoon I decided to come up with a dance, and I'd always wanted to come up with a dance to Red, mostly because I've always wanted to title a dance Loving Me Is Red. The idea behind the name, other than just being a spin-off of Loving Him Is Red, the idea behind Loving Me Is Red is, there's a twofold idea. One is, I've always wanted a t-shirt, a Taylor Swift Loving, a red t-shirt, because I always liked the song and I liked the album, and I always wanted a t-shirt that said, that had some cool thing with red. And so either one, they were too generic where it would say red and then nothing else, or it would say, Loving Him Is Red, which obviously I'm not gonna wear. But I just thought it would be cool if, like, what if I was the him? And what if it was like Loving Me Is Red? I just thought that would be like a cool idea, and so I always wanted, if I told myself that if I ever came up with a dance to Red, I would call it Loving Me Is Red. The other reason is that I wanted everybody to feel like you were the star of this dance. Like, it wasn't him, it wasn't her, it's you. It's like me, you know? It's like Loving Me Is Red. Hopefully that came across. But anyway, February 27th was a day that I had work, and I literally came up with about half of the dance outside of work, before work, and then after I got out of work, I had a whole bunch of time before I was going to go to the Yost, and I came up with the other half of the dance afterwards. And so then, the exact moment that I remember really just jumping for joy was when I came up with the 5, 6, 7, 8 walk, 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 walk count, and it flowed into the lock steps. When I just hit those lock steps, like the very first time when I was doing a dance through, and I was just like, I just did one full run through, and I was just like 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I hit that like lock step. I was just like, yes, and that's when I was just like, oh my god, this dance is so great. I didn't have the ability to show it to anybody for like 6 hours, because that's when the Yost was gonna start, and so I wanted to explain it to my friend Candace, and so I typed up a mock step sheet, and I sent it to her through Facebook message, which ends up becoming important later in this story. I go to the Yost. This is still February 27th. I go to the Yost, and I tell my friend Jeremy. I was like, hey Jeremy, I just came up with a dance to Red, and I think it's really cool, but it's 64 counts, like, and she's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll totally get this. And so I end up teaching it to her, like, super fast, and I literally teach her in one run through, and she's like, oh yeah, I totally got this, it's fine. And later that night, Greg, because he's so cool, and, you know, this is what the Yost is, you know, he ends up having the song, and we end up doing this really crazy demo through, and please note that this is literally the first time I made up this dance, And this is literally the first time Jeremy had even done it at speed. And we both like rocked this dance like so hard. I mean, like, we mess up, but like we recover each other, and it was just so fun. I went home that night because I was going. That was a Wednesday. The very next day was going to be the ranch, and I went home and I posted it. I posted the dance, or I posted my dance, and I was just like, you know, Love Me Is Red, my choreographed dance, and I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but I wake up and just every single one of my friends are just like, I love it, this is amazing, this is so great, you know, when is this going to be taught, you know, like, everybody was just like, and I had like 1 million likes on it. It was crazy. This is what I woke up to. So, like, I get on my computer, like, as soon as I wake up, and I see, like, all these messages, and, like, all these likes and comments, and my friend, Haley Myers, I always credit her with, this is why it's being taught at the ranch. I don't even know if she knows it, if she knows his name. I haven't even talked to her in a while, but she wrote as a comment, "Hey, Carrie, can we learn this at the ranch?" And Carrie's like the super big teacher at the ranch, and like, if you want a dance to be big, to be like an actual, like, really big thing, that you know, like, expands, it has to be taught at the ranch. That's just one of the things. And so the next thing that Carrie wrote was, "Hey, can you send me a step sheet?" And so I copied and pasted the step sheet that I wrote to Candace, like my little, like, mock step sheet, and then I sent it to Carrie, and she literally apparently learned it at work, and then later that night, in the morning, you know, time of the ranch, we end up demoing it, and that's literally my second time, or, you know, like, performing my dance, and that's literally the first time Carrie's ever done it after learning it earlier that day. Carrie said that she loved it so much, like, a week later, Carrie said that she loved it so much that she couldn't get it into this is now March, she couldn't get it into the March, like, schedule for the ranch, for it to be taught, but that she would do it the next month. What ends up happening, is that Jeremy decides to teach it at the Yost, in March, and, this is that video. And, you know, like, it was just so crazy to see something that I just created, like, you know, outside of work, to being done. And this was, like, literally the first time that this had ever happened to me. And it was just crazy to watch all of these different people, like, actually doing my dance. And it's reasonably hard. It's a 64 count dance. And it's the longest dance that we have out here, other than shebangs. And so to watch all these people, like, really try and really, you know, like, work at it was just amazing to me, and it was just an amazing experience to see for the first time. Jeremy did an amazing job teaching it, as she would, and it was so fun to watch her teach it, and literally every time it comes on now, she's always talking about it. She always makes the joke to me that every time she's making SpaghettiOs in her kitchen, she has the radio on, and Red always seems to come on, and so now whenever she does my dance, she has to eat SpaghettiOs, which I just think is the craziest thing. This is March that she teaches my dance. April comes along, and Carrie decides to teach it at the ranch. Sorry. Carrie decides to teach it at the ranch, and that was just another amazing experience, to watch all of my ranch friends try to learn my dance, all of my ranch friends that I've spent so much time with, that we've learned, like, dances together, to watch them learn my dance, and for it to just be like, this whole experience of creating a dance, and watching it being taught, and watching it being done by people that you respect and that you see at clubs every single day, It's just absolutely amazing. And, like, it's like the greatest thing that's happened in my line dance career. My friend Janet is an older lady, and she has a bunch of friends that are also older, and they are just crazy at line dancing. They do everything, they learn everything, and they always go to this place called Cowboy Country in Long Beach. And I had never been to Cowboy Country prior to. I always knew about it, but I never went. Not for any specific reason. I just never found myself being able to go on a Friday and Saturday because I always had work. But her and her friends, whenever they learn dances at the ranch, what they do is they come up with a CD, and then they bring it to Cowboy Country on Friday, and then they do all the dances just so that they don't forget them. They decided to bring my dance to Cowboy Country, and Cindy, the lady that teaches there, saw it and apparently loved it so much that she decided to teach it there. Now, I'm going to be truthful here, because I think you all deserve it, and because I think if you've sat with me with my explanation here for this long, you deserve this nugget of information. The entire timeline of my dance, I was always very skeptical. I didn't think that my dance was going to be a thing. Not just because I'm being humble, but for a various number of reasons. One, it was Taylor Swift. There's no country bar prior to me doing this dance. No country bar that I ever went to liked playing Taylor Swift, even as two-step songs. There was never line dances that stuck. They don't like doing them as two-step songs. Just nobody likes Taylor Swift. So me coming up with a Taylor Swift dance to Red with this red, I didn't think it was gonna be a thing. I didn't think anybody would want to listen to it. The other reason was because it's a 64 count dance. Regardless of how easy it is, or how reasonably easy it is, it's still a 64 count dance, which is way too long for a lot of people. A lot of people can't deal with 48 count dances. That's too long. You start putting tags and restart, it starts into dances, and people start hating them for that reason. The only other dance that's 64 counts that we do is shebangs, and there's just the one. So I would be the other one. I was skeptical because I thought that, I knew that everybody at the Yost would do it. I thought because they're all my friends, and because that's what we do. I figured that people would do it at the ranch because I have a pretty good relationship with Carrie. And everybody just, they know me. I went to Cowboy Country the Saturday before they actually taught my dance, just to check it out because I'd never been there. Mind you, they decided to put it on their calendar before I had ever gone to Cowboy Country. This was crazy to me. So, the Saturday I go before, it's their I want to say it's their beginners kind of night. It's very heavy in two-step. They have a band. The dancers there on a Saturday, it's just they're not as good as some other day that they're open. So I go, and I'm just thinking to myself, there's no way my dance is going to stick. There's no way, everybody's going to learn a 64 count dance. I'm just thinking there's no way this is going to happen. So what ends up happening is I go on a Friday, which is the very first Friday that they decided to teach it. I'm running late. I'm thinking to myself that they totally already, I did my dance. They probably already taught it. It's probably already gone. As soon as I walk in, Cindy sees me, and she's like, "Oh my God, the choreographer Elliot is here." From that moment on, she has become my best friend, my best Cowboy Country friend. She's my biggest fan. that lady is like so into me, like all the time, and it's just so fun. She ends up teaching my dance on a Friday, and everybody is insane. Everybody is hardcore on Friday. They're crazy. It was like Ranch Thursday, times 10. Everybody's really, really good. And everybody picked up my dance really quick, and everybody did it. And now I've gone back. It's now August. Um, I came up with my dance in February. Yost taught it in March. April was when Carrie taught it at the ranch. I think like May was when they taught it at Cowboy Country, May or June. It's now like 2 months later, and I just started going to Cowboy Country now. And literally everybody does my freaking dance, and it's freaking insane. Like, that floor is packed. My friend Zarina, she came up to me and said that my dance is her favorite dance among all the dances that she knows, and that it's the only thing that she requests. My friend April at the ranch posts on my Facebook wall like all the time that she did my dance at some random club. I mean, like, my friend Jessica said that she just basically started line dancing, and she loved my dance so much that she spent like a really long time trying to learn it with her friend Amanda. I mean, the response for my dance is just beyond anything that I would have ever dreamed. Cowboy Country was like the wild card. I knew nobody there. I didn't know. I had no connections with anybody. It wasn't like, like the ranch and the Yost where everybody's just my friends, so I just kind of, assumed that they would appreciate my dance just because it's me. This was a place that nobody knew me, the teacher didn't know me, and everybody loves it there, and it's just freaking amazing to me. This video has gone on for way too long, so I'll just close with this. I just wanted to say thank you guys. Every big star says this, like, I wouldn't be anywhere without my fans. But in this case, I'm pretty sure it's entirely true. Dances in the line dance world come and go, like, per week. Like, a dance will get introduced, something will happen, and then, if nobody likes it, if nobody requests it, then it just disappears, and that's that. And that happens all the time with so many dances. My dance has survived for 7 months, and it has not stopped. And it has really no signs of stopping. And that is just absolutely amazing to me, and I would not be anywhere if it weren't for all of you guys that dance it. And I just from the bottom of my heart, I just wanted to say thank you. It's the greatest thank you that you guys could give to me. It just really means a lot. And it's just gone far beyond anything that I would have hoped and I would have expected. If you watch my intro video, I talk about, because this was a long time ago, when I just came up with the dance. I had really selfish reasons for coming up with this dance. I wanted to be recognized as like a choreographer. I wanted to become popular, or whatever reasons I had prior. And none of that matters anymore. Because I'm just glad that I was able to give back to everybody that has supported me. Everybody that says, like, nice things to me all the time, everybody that says that my line dance channel has helped them, just everybody. I'm just glad I was able to give you guys a dance that you could appreciate, that you could love, and that could make you feel better about yourself. Like, accomplished. One of the greatest things that anybody has ever said in my entire time of having this dance out was when, I wish I got this on camera, but it was at the ranch, and this dude was trying to learn it, and it's a 64 count, well, again, it's a 64 count dance, it's long, and so this dude comes up to me, and he's like, you created this dance? And I was like, yeah, I did, and he's like, dude, we're never ever ever gonna get this, like, ever, and I was like, yes. And it was so great. At the end of the lesson, when he got it, and he looks at me, and he's like, oh, that wasn't that hard. It was so great. And that's exactly what I wanted my dance to be. I wanted my dance to be, like, difficult enough so that advanced dancers wouldn't get bored with it, but easy enough to where new people would reasonably think that they could do it. And then, they would get, like, half of the dance, and then they would want to try it, and then do it later. And that's what it's become. My friend, just one more shout out. Oh, I guess I did say my friend April. I just didn't want to miss her, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that has made my dance a thing, and that continues, and that it continues to be a thing. And that's it. I just wanted to say thank you guys. And I'll see you guys later.